Okay, hear me out, what if it's just crooked the whole time?
I
And
don't
no one
care.
cares,
I don't care.
What if it's just that and, like, actually no one cares?
Would you ever start an OnlyFans?
It depends on
you-
what I'm doing. What am I doing?
What do you mean, what are you doing? It's
Well,
your
because,
OnlyFans.
like, OnlyFans isn't all... What are you playing on your phone?
Oh, it's hold on, look.
What am I looking...
Oh, it's your name.
It's... What? Am I an answer on Wordscapes?
No, it doesn't count.
Proper
I love
nouns,
this
baby.
game. I am on level 10,292.
My sister and brother-in-law can't play Wordscapes anymore because it took too much of their time.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
straight up. They were about Wordscapes the way that people are about, like, TikTok. What were you saying?
I was saying, like, OnlyFans, I recognize that it's, like, a platform for content creators of all natures.
Yeah, that's my question. It's like, what am I doing?
Largely, like, the
Am
implication.
I, like, fully, like, bumping uglies with someone?
I don't think you have to do that. It's up to you, dog. What are you doing with this?
This is going to make me
it's
commit
not
arson.
the under the middle pole
This
is
part?
hitting the floor.
Oh. Can you...
Anyway, guys,
Can you assist?
what
Unscrew right there.
That's like a toiga.
Wait. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in
I
business.
think we have liftoff, team.
No, you need the one leg has to be going straight along the thing.
Here, you twist it. I can't see the legs.
Oh my god. We're making it happen.
It just catches on fire.
You can move it towards. Okay, you can do that. This is gonna be the TikTok. This
There we
week. It's just
go.
us fucking with your mic stand.
There we go. Okay, talking about OnlyFans.
Yeah, you asked me if I would do it.
I did. I
and
did ask you that off
I
mic.
pretty rapidly said yes.
Yeah, you were very eager to be like, I'll do it right now, actually.
I don't know about eager, but
You were almost ready to whip out your dong just now.
not ready. Spoiler alert, this episode is
kidding.
rated R.
No.
No, I couldn't do it because I was at a point where I like kind of
You
considered
thought about it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a teacher, and God help me if one of my students had found that.
I saw a TikTok one time. There's no way to know if this is true. I just like to think that it is. But there was this girl who was in college or like in grad school, like they were all adults. And she went to class and saw her professor and was like, how do I know him? And realized she on the DL is a cam girl. And one of the guys who pays a subscription to watch her cam feed was her professor. And I was like, that's fucking crazy.
What are the odds, really?
I have no idea. But
it's just like, what are the sheer
they like never
odds
talked
of
about it,
that?
never brought it up, obviously. And again, there's no way to tell if that's actually true. There's just some girl on the internet said that, so who knows?
You know.
But like, if that's true, that's insane.
Yeah.
I just want to believe it because that's just like an insane thing.
Well, I guess the odds of that are actually not too shabby because I feel
Probably
like
not.
the way you find out about people like that is like you're probably somehow connected to. You're not just. I don't know. I don't know how this works, but like if you get on like a cam person website, do you just like kind of browse until one like tickles your fancy, so to speak?
I guess.
Or do you like? Because I got like friends on like Instagram and Facebook that like have careers as like adult content creators, and they like post
That's
their
like their
links and
thing.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so I would imagine that it's not that weird that they would have been
know.
connected.
It's probably whatever other tangential community you're related to. So like, if you're a part of another community that's heavily online, you probably are not that far away from a website where you can find whatever sort of like adult content you're interested in.
I suppose not.
Like if you're browsing a forum looking for something, there's probably a connection from the forum you're in to another forum to sex work.
Yeah.
Probably.
We're all 6 degrees away from sex work. That's what it is.
Literally, we're all
like 2
6 degrees
degrees
away from an OnlyFans baddie. And we should take solace in that. That should be a source of comfort for us.
I have people like somewhat close to me that are
OnlyFans
content
baddies.
creators. Yeah,
Slay. Love that for you.
I guess.
It makes you cooler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I'll
makes you
take it.
cooler.
I'll take the street cred.
I recently had someone tell me that I was their cool friend, and I was like, you need to reevaluate.
Yeah, that's.
You need to get cooler friends.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
that
no way I'm
hat's-
the cool friend.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you. I got it at a Noah Khan concert. concert.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why not a Noah concert?
I know. And I went because a bestie IRL was going to take his bestie. And for her birthday, he had balled out and got not pit seats, but the row that's just not the pit. So it's still a chair, but it's on the floor. And it's like the barrier is like right there. So like if you were going to play hockey or going to watch hockey at Bridgestone, you're on the ice. Yeah. And they had a falling out. My bestie and his former bestie had a falling out.
Brutal.
And he was like, and it sucks because I don't have anybody to go to this concert with. And I was like,
I see an opportunity.
You do have somebody to go to that concert with. I will go with you. And I wouldn't have bought a ticket by myself because I don't love Noah Kahan that much. But I do like him in isolation. Like, I don't love his whole albums, but like different singles and stuff like that. And I also love the bestie. And I was like, shit, I'll go. You know, I'll just go to dick around. And I didn't realize how good the seats were. And that was it was like even crazier. And I got to go to the whole thing for free. And
That's
it was awesome.
dope.
Yeah, it was sick as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty fucking awesome.
Speaking of OnlyFans, actually, to go back
to circle back around to OnlyFans
well,
really
I just
quick.
remembered something that Addison has made it clear. She told me as we're in line at the airport the other day.
Is this something I'm gonna have to cut out later?
I asked her permission to talk about this.
Then that's fine.
But we were sitting in line at the airport the other day, and she just goes, I've decided that we're not getting married unless I can finally look at your butthole.
That seems reasonable.
All right. Well, let's continue.
Did you think that was weird?
Did I think that was weird?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's been a conversation we've had for a while because it's about reciprocity.
What, butthole reciprocity?
That's right. That is, I need to get that on a T-shirt.
That's fair.
But because
show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Because I've seen hers plenty.
Sure. I'm sorry.
That one really got you, huh?
It really gets me. It really gets me because I was just having a conversation with someone about you and about, you know, our like friendship and stuff, and I made a comment about how like when you used to come over to record the podcast, because side note, I don't know if you saw this, but last week, because we were out of commission because this broke, I posted the first episode you and I ever recorded together. Yep. I used to think you were so cool that like when you would come over to my house, I like couldn't eat. I was like so nervous. I would get so sweaty. There's a little piece of one of these foam things that's ripped off because I was trying to like slip it onto the microphone and my hands were shaking and I ripped it off because I was like, oh my God, my cool friend Eli's coming over. That obviously has faded since then. Right. Because I got to know you. Right, so yeah. But I'm just thinking about like that version of me feeling that way about you to now is just and you being like, it's butthole reciprocity, and me being like, that makes sense. It's just like, it just really got me.
Life really is funny, huh?
It just really took me out of it for a second.
So and that was her argument, is that
that's
like,
totally fair.
I've seen hers a bunch. She's like, we're not progressing in this relationship until I see yours. I'm like, well, I guess
well, and like
kind of in a stalemate
if
here.
you are like, you know, ailing or sick or whatever, you don't want to get to a crisis where you have to see someone's butthole, and the first time you're seeing someone's butthole is in crisis. You know what I mean?
What, am I supposed to just like drop trow and
now,
go spread
that's up to your girl. That's up to your girl. That's not up to me to decide.
It's up to me.
When it's is it? No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. But I do understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I'll say about that.
I guess it'll happen at some point, like accidentally. I'll be like getting out of the shower and like bend over to get something
like
as she
walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna like light some candles
and be like,
put on some music.
Here's my hole.
Yeah. May I present
my hole,
tonight's special guest.
I can't believe we're talking about buttholes this early in the episode.
Yeah.
This feels like a much later episode content, but we haven't seen each other in like 2 weeks.
I know. So what better things to talk about than OnlyFans and buttholes?
Which are not that different. Should we do the intro, do you think?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, great. Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Amanda, and I am your host every single freaking week, except for the weeks I am not. I almost made a butthole joke, and then I decided not to. Who are you?
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation butthole of this podcast.
Butthole of buttholes. Welcome back, team.
Okay, we're firing on all cylinders.
I know,
here.
for real, if that's what you can call it. Sorry that we had to take last week off. This box over here that I'm tapping, this right here, broke. This isn't mine. I'm borrowing this from another bestie. Very slay of them to let me borrow this. But
Jesus,
shut up.
What a Gen Z sentence that was.
Shut up.
Borrowing this from a bestie. Very
Shut
slay
up. Go
of them.
call the internet or something.
It's my dial-up.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, this we were setting up to do our guest spot on Sounds Like a Cult, and I plugged this into the computer, and I got the bright red lights of death, and it was doing nothing.
Yep.
Fuck. So then we had to record, which was so much fun. The Sounds Like a Cult podcast, so much fun. They asked really, really good questions, like actual thought-provoking questions.
We don't do that around these parts.
No, we don't do that even a little bit sometimes.
No.
And so then next week, I couldn't get a new interface in time. And so now we're back. Now we have a new one. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's episode of me and Eli dicking around.
Was that our first one? I listened to
the first one you were ever on.
And I was like, oh, I remember this. I was so much more like professional back then.
I know. If we could see us now.
Now look at us.
Talking about buttholes.
If you told Eli 2 years ago or whenever that was that, hey, you're going to talk about your girlfriend looking into your butthole, I would not have believed you.
You're like, girlfriend?
Yeah.
You've been like, what do you mean?
It's like, you're saying, what?
What do you mean, girlfriend?
Does not compute.
Oh, shit. I was going to say something else about that time way back in the day.
Liza and I weren't
can't remember.
yet.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's so true. She threw up on the carpet earlier. She's acting like she's dying. It's awesome. Damn. Do you have any other, like, announcements before we get into this gig?
Oh, my girlfriend's super hot. You asked me what I was looking at earlier, and I was looking at a reel of her on Instagram. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
But
we can mutually thirst after your girl.
Yeah,
sounds fun. Love that. Do you just want to get into the Pyramid of Life?
I would love to.
Okay. Okay, damn.
I
love to. Oh, wait.
What? Any reviews or emails?
We have emails. I can do the emails after the Pyramid of Life, though, because the emails have to do with the show.
Okie dokie.
So.
The bottom of my period...
Did you say the bottom of my period?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I've said that before. It's okay. Freudian slip.
The bottom of... Well, because of the words that are coming up, and my brain was already... Starting to say those. The bottom of my pyramid is the internet bullying Algerian boxer. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this, but I think it's Imani Khalif.
I have no idea. I'm not even going to try.
I think it's Imani Khalif.
I just heard about this recently.
So for the uninitiated, Imani Khalif, correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, is a tall and strong boxer. And she knocked out her opponent, who then cried and said, "Oh, I've never been hit that hard." And then the internet was like, we'll take it from here. Obviously, this person is a man or trans or whatever else is an insult. And, there was a lot of hoopla about it. So really, the bottom of the pyramid is a shout out to all the people that are, like, outing themselves as misogynists and transphobes. And just plain stupid all in the same breath.
Being stupid.
To be fair, those three things that I listed off, like the Venn diagram of those three, is a circle. Mm-hmm. Fuck off. If you have thoughts about a tall woman with extra testosterone in her body knocking out another woman boxer, figure it out, dude.
And if the only weapon in your arsenal is LOL must be trans, that's so embarrassing for you to think that that's an insult. To someone to be like, oh, I'm going to really do it on him and I'm going to serve. She's a trans woman. It's like, that's not an insult. Yeah. You're just being you're just wrong. You're just being a dumbass.
You're being an idiot. Have you ever seen a funny,
man?
conservative...
No.
Have Have you ever seen a funny, like, conservative stand-up comedian? No, you haven't.
No.
'Cause they don't exist. Because that's the kind of humor. They're like, ha, because that's the thing we don't understand.
They're still doing that I identify as an attack helicopter bit. You remember that bit that was going around the internet, like, in 2014?
Yeah.
They're still, like, pissing themselves with laughter.
Yeah.
Thinking it's funny to be a person.
Republicans don't have good senses of humor.
That's literally so true. And also, low-key, Republicans are the most sensitive people on the face of the planet. And they shit on liberals for being like snowflakes and being too sensitive and being triggered all the time. No, y'all bitches are the ones that are triggered all the time. Everything that anyone does and like in any way that someone exists upsets y'all. So like, why are you so triggered over a person being trans? Like, what is that? Why is that so offensive to you?
And also, she's not trans.
Also, she's not, and you're taking this like witch hunt kind of like transphobic thing that you're putting on this woman is taking away her chance to enjoy being a literal Olympian.
Yeah.
She doesn't get to enjoy that because she's getting shitted online.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to me.
Yeah.
Also, it's not her own. Who cares if she's trans? That's none of your fucking business.
Yeah. But for the people that matters to, she's not even that.
Bruh.
So
it's so annoying. It's so annoying to me. Okay, let's see, the bottom of my period. Oh, you can speak on this as like a yacked gym bro.
I don't know about that.
There are days that I'm like, if it's go climbing or be shot, tell my mother I love her. And I hate that feeling. And I don't want to be like, you gotta get gym motivation. I don't want to do like the grind set and I don't want that shit. I want like a normal, sustainable way to be like, get your ass up and go to work. Nobody wants to work these days, Kim Kardashian style.
Nobody wants to work out.
But like, it's so true. But there are days I just don't want to go. And I'm upset that I don't want to go. And then I'm caught in this loop of like, what is self-care and what is discipline? You know what I mean?
I set a goal for
You don't
myself.
have any feelings, so you may not be able to relate. But
That's fair. But people I know do, so I'm going to echo their feelings.
Real?
No, about 2.5 years ago, I made a promise to myself that I was just going to go to the gym at least 4 days a week, every single week.
But for what?
Because that makes me happy. Because I like how I feel after the gym.
I do
like
too.
having a routine.
I'm always glad I went, and I always feel so much better after I go.
So when I don't feel like going, I just go anyway. And if it's just not a good workout, that's okay. I went to the gym. That's the win.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter if I set a new PR or whatever. No, fuck that.
Yeah. I've gotten to that place. I've gotten to that place where like I can appreciate that there are ranges in like the process of like there are days when I'm like sweating my butt off and I really like ate them bitches up on the wall. And then there are days that I do 3 routes and like break a nail and want to go home. But I went, and like that's still an accomplishment over not going because I want to go.
The other day I went in and I did 2 exercises. I did like a shoulder press and I did like a chest fly, and I was like, I'm not feeling it right now. But I went to the gym.
Yeah.
I got up, I exercised a little bit, and that was a win. There was I think I'm going to misquote this, so I'm not even going to try and name the person that did it, but some Olympian was saying like on the road to being an Olympian, you're going to have 3 types of days. 1/3 of your time, you're going to be fucking crushing it. 1/3 of your time, you're going to be like, oh, that was okay. That was pretty good. And then 1/3 of the time, you're going to be like, that was complete ass.
Yeah.
And that's Olympians.
Yeah.
Olympians think that. And so, like, if you're not motivated every once in a while, that's okay. You can have a shitty workout. You can slip and fall. You can be a little weak today. That's all fine.
That's
all
cool.
fine.
Yeah.
But I hate that feeling too.
I hate that. And I hate when I recognize it and I'm like, I still don't want to do it.
So you're just like, like my body, like, what's up, dude? Like, we're always doing this. What's up right now?
Yeah, why do I not want to go right now? That's dumb.
Real dumb.
Yeah. Full disclosure, we might have to cut. I think I've got 10 minutes left on the camera, but who knows?
Okie dokie.
What's the middle of your pyramid, bro?
The middle of my pyramid is that I was given another employee to supervise.
Okay.
I now have a team of 6, one of the biggest teams in the organization.
What do you know about big team energy?
Big team energy. And so, like, I love that I'm being trusted with more responsibility.
Sure.
But as of so this happened last week, but as of right now, I haven't been told that I'm getting a raise. I was just told, you have another employee to supervise. And so I'm like, I now have more responsibility and the same amount of money. Now, I will note that performance evaluations are going on right now. And so raises are going to happen very soon. And so I wonder if like I'll just get a slightly bigger raise than I was going to anyway, but I don't like leaving that up to chance.
Yeah.
So it's
well, and if you don't get it, the performance review is a really great forum to address.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're talking about performance, while we're talking about how great of an employee I am, was this like additional responsibility going to be compensated financially, or was this just like an implicit and other assigned duties kind of bullshit thing?
So the problem is the position used to report to my position before I was even with the organization. Then like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, they were like, actually, we're going to let it report directly to the director position that's above me. So this person used to be like not on my level.
Sure.
Like I'm a manager level employee and they're not, but we both reported to the same person.
Okay.
And so now they're being moved under my umbrella. And so it's a little wonky, but I still want more money.
Yeah, duh, obviously. Especially if there's more responsibility. Duh. The middle of my pyramid is that I got a home security system installed recently.
Okay.
And
so I got to stop breaking into your house?
yes. Or if you're going to do it, leave me a nice message, because my doorbell is a video recorder.
Oh, knowing that, I'm now going to act a fool every time I come over.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
That'll be your next like TikTok for this show. It's not even going to be a clip of the show. It's going to be me every time I arrive.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny. And I have one on my back patio. This house, the previous owner was a company, not like an individual. Ugh. And the company came with the house came with the security system already. It just needed to be activated. You can bump that down to do like mine.
Well, it's not moving, and so I don't want to like.
You don't want to disrupt the force.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it.
And so my brother-in-law's texting me. So I just had to have somebody come out here and turn it on, but all the shit was pretty much already here. What's cool is that I have a home security system, and as a single female, it's very nice to have security.
You're safe.
Having a roommate, also a female, nice to have security. What's crazy is that on the panel, so when I walk in the house at a determined time, the alarm will go off, and I have to run over to the panel and turn it off.
Okay.
Or else they will call me, the security company will call me and be like, hey, are you good? Do you need the cops?
What's going on here?
And then, and then if I say, no, I don't need the cops, then they're like, what's the password? And I just give them the password. And they're like, okay, we're not calling the cops. But if there was a situation wherein there was some guy probably outside trying to fuck my shit up or kill me and caught me as I was coming into my house, and before I could get over to the panel, he wanted me to turn off the security system so he didn't get caught, there's a passcode I can put in on the panel that will say it's been disarmed, but really it has called the cops and they're on the way over.
Dope.
Sick that I have that.
That's good.
Crazy as shit that situation has happened enough times to necessitate that function.
Yeah.
When the install guy told me that, I was like, oh my God, that's really great. And then I just got really sad because I know that that's happened to women probably mainly.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just thought the statistics that have gone into upgrading a home security system is chilling to me.
Yeah,
I'm really thankful I have it. I hate how we got here though.
All of it's reactive. Every function of a security system is reactive.
Yeah.
There's a reason. It's like warning labels.
Yeah, exactly. But don't ingest kind of shit. Someone had to do it to prove that it was a bad idea to eat the Tide Pods. Yeah.
And then Rob Gronkowski had to get on TV and be like, guys, stop.
The Gronk. I was teaching during the Tide Pod fiasco of 2018, and I remember having to tell my students, if no one's told you today, please don't eat laundry detergent when you go home. Thank you. And they would be like, what? And I'm like, I don't care. Shut up. Don't eat your laundry detergent. You're an idiot.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah, ridiculous. Mr. Farmer. Also on the first episode that we recorded, we talked about the Dude Palace, which was a piece of lore that was long forgot.
Yeah,
The Dude Palace.
Not the Dude Palace.
The Dude Palace, not the Dude Palace. And I was like, it is now. What is at the top of your pyramid, bro?
The top of my pyramid, plain and simple, grilled cheese sandwiches.
Me. Oh. Paired with a nice red. A nice Campbell's Red. Nice Campbell's Red soup.
No, dog. I
soup.
just made myself a grilled cheese sandwich
Bangin'.
for the first time in probably 10 years. And I was
Bangin'.
like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. That's it?
That's it.
Damn. But, like, what else is there?
Nothing. That's the pinnacle of human existence.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah. The top of my pyramid is... it's kind of twofold. The first is just like the women Olympians, specifically Team USA.
Oh, they're cleaning up.
They are cleaning up. And I keep seeing all these videos of all these like young girls watching and like that will make I'll cry. Like if I talk about it any longer, seeing like those little girls watch like Simone Biles, I'm weeping immediately.
She's a superhero, dude.
She's fucking like superhuman, dude. It's nuts. Her and Suni Lee, and really all of them. Katie Ledecky, the swimmer.
Yeah, she's a machine.
Oh my god, the footage of her winning the gold,
and you
hitting the wall, and you can't
else.
see anyone else, and they're like a full like 6, 7, 8 seconds behind her. It's crazy. There's like Katie Ledecky, and there's no one else there. And they're like, oh, here they come.
I heard something about her the other day that she has like in that event she has like the top 20 fastest times ever in that event, and every time she swims it she breaks her own record, thereby knocking her 20th fastest time out.
So she has like the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd.
It literally just keeps happening.
Keeps accumulating. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, since we had a couple of weeks off, we haven't really fully unpacked that Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race.
Honestly, good.
Give me your let's have the politics moment of our podcast. What's your real opinion about? Well, okay, let me back up. Because we have people who listen who are not from the States. In the States, you have a president, and the president has a vice president. I'm sure this is not news to anyone. When presidents run, there are a couple of different rules. Typically what happens is that the two major parties will kind of unanimously pick a candidate. So like up until a couple weeks ago, the Republican Party, we were the conservative bag of bones, people that we don't live, laugh, love. They had picked Donald Trump, who sucks ass and is a convicted felon. The Democrats had picked Joe Biden 4 years ago, because each presidential term is 4 years. And he was going to run again. Very recently, like a month ago, he dropped out because he's like nearing 80.
He's 1,000 years old.
Very old. He is not in his right mind. If he gets like the flu, he'll probably pass away. Like he's just not doing well. And he kind of passed the torch off to his vice president, whose name is Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris is the first vice president of color ever and the first female vice president ever. So he has kind of like propped her up as saying like, hey, Democrats, vote for her now. And the Democratic Party has kind of taken her. We don't know who she's going to pick to be her vice president on the ticket, like who you would vote for, like Harris and whoever, in the same way that we voted Buttigieg. In the same way that we picked like Biden Harris. There's no Harris whatever ticket, so we still don't know who she's going to pick for her VP running mate. But it was a huge deal for Joe Biden to back out. And it's kind of shaken things up. Eli Farmer, your response.
Joe Biden should not have run for office the second time around.
True.
They should have spent the last like year or more of his presidency like prepping
beefing up Kamala.
Or just the next candidate.
Or
whether it's Kamala
whoever.
Or whomever, I don't care. But Joe Biden knows he's 1,000 years old. He has like one of the worst approval ratings among his like constituents that he could possibly have.
True.
He's barely cognizant. It's like
so old, dude.
We're 2 steps away from Weekend at Bernie's with this
dude,
guy.
It's crazy. He shuts down and like can't think. It's scary. He's dying. That man is so old.
Yeah, his brain is going. So is Trump though. But
yeah, true. They're both over the age of 70.
Yeah, they're both so old. Oh my God. But no, Joe Biden should not have run a second time. And every day that he spent campaigning, he was hurting the left's like chances of winning an election, because as every turn he just was like bumbling and stumbling around, looking incompetent, and the fucking Democrats were like, is this really what we have to work with? I fucking guess. And then he finally dropped out, and so now Trump's scared. Trump's campaign is scared of Kamala.
They're shook.
I don't think she's a very good. She's not at all who I want to vote for. She's a fucking cop, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a dictator.
True.
She might be a little bit corrupt. She might not be good at her job. She might not say all the right things about the LGBTQ plus community, like all that stuff. She's not actively trying to dismantle American democracy. So you do what you got to do.
Yeah, the Kamala talking about, because Kamala Harris was a prosecutor before, like an attorney before she was vice president, before she was like really anything else, and was she attorney general in the state of California? I think she was. I forget. I know. But she was really high up as an attorney. And when you work for the public and you're a prosecutor, you get lumped in with the cops. Like that is...
You're on the side of the police.
Because the cops pull in people. And then when it's time to prosecute them, the state has an attorney who prosecutes them. And so you're on the side of the cops. What I will say is that there are state prosecutors who are responsible for putting away the bad guys. There's a prosecutor who's responsible for convicting Donald Trump.
Yes.
There's a prosecutor who's responsible for convicting, any big bad guy.
Yes.
Ted Bundy was put in prison because of a prosecutor.
Yes.
So it is all cops because the cop system is corrupt. The justice system in general is also corrupt.
Yes.
However, there are also people on the litigation side who do work to like make sure that homeless people don't go to prison, but they go to rehab instead. And those are public prosecutors.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more nuanced than she's a cop, but it's not that far removed. So it's also not great. If we had a non-cop option, that would be sick.
Not to get too deep into it, but she also would like extend or like give people longer sentences so that they could be used for slavery,
for legalized slavery, for prison.
Yeah, again.
Yeah,
American
that shit sucks.
justice system, super dope.
Double thumbs down.
If you're not from this country, your mouth is probably hanging open at this point. But
I mean, maybe not. Other countries are fucked up too, but we're pretty bad.
We're one of the worst.
For sure.
We have the most incarcerated people per capita in the entire world.
That's true, because prison systems in the states are allowed to
take
profit prisoners and use them for labor.
For profit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's true. If you need some more insight into that, you should watch a documentary called 13th. And it's about the 13th Amendment that allegedly freed slaves, but also no, it didn't, because it just put, people of color, predominantly black people, in prison and said, it's not slaves if you're in prison.
Well, also, if you're convicted of a crime, you can be used for slave labor. So,
yeah, it's fucked. It's all fucked. But Kamala Harris, the Trump administration is afraid.
They're shaking.
Trump won't debate her. He has fully said, and his campaign has withdrawn him from and again, this is American lore. The presidential candidates since JFK have been debating each other live on TV. So you can watch the president candidates debate. They're being asked hot topics questions about climate change and the abortion ban and these big things. And then they get to respond live on TV. Trump will not debate Kamala because he knows he can't do it, because he knows he's a fucking dickwad who literally is so fucking stupid. He can't do it. Yeah. And he's scared. He said the only one he'll do is the one that's on Fox.
He's not stupid.
Because Fox is in his pocket.
He's a psychopath.
He's fucking crazy.
He's just a psychopath.
But Joe Biden was also a dumbass because Joe Biden was old as fuck.
Yeah.
Joe Biden was deteriorating in front of our eyes. It was a little bit different than being evil. He was just old and
he's incompetent.
And bad.
Trump is actively bad.
He's incompetent by way of age. You can't expect someone who's 80 to be president. That's crazy.
No.
So the American political landscape has been, since whenever they started really taking off, actually off to the races, it's been Trump's been and then Joe Biden's been and they've been name calling, and it's been so annoying, and the Democrats were it's either not voting, which sucks because then you're abusing your right to vote, or vote for Joe Biden, which sucks because Joe Biden sucks and he's old as fuck. And so it's been, and then Kamala Harris showed up and she can like form a sentence. And she's like, Trump is like, and Kamala Harris is like, that's embarrassing. And the Democrats are like, whoa, you know, because that we haven't had that in years. We haven't had that in years.
The top of my pyramid, I'd like to add on, in addition to grilled cheese sandwiches, it's watching how mad and offended and hurt Republicans get when you call them weird.
It's just that. Yes.
It's
and
my favorite
that's
thing.
Kamala Harris's like whole shtick right now. It's like, just y'all are weird.
Yeah.
And like we just want to go, do normal shit. Y'all are weird.
Whole, like the MAGA personality is like, oh, you're triggered and you're a snowflake.
Yeah, fucking snowflake.
Blah, blah, yeah.
But don't take my gun or I'm gonna lose
because like, you're so mad right now. You're so mad.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not mad, man. You're just being weird.
Y'all are weird.
Like, no, please be mad for me, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
you're
y'all
being
are weird.
Stop.
It's an awesome stance for her to take, and Trump gave it to her because Trump is a nightmare and is always flapping his gums about something. And Kamala Harris is sitting back like, that's embarrassing. She had Megan Thee Stallion perform at her first rally.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see the clip of the white kid in the audience who knows every word to Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar?
Jesus.
It is amazing. It's amazing. He's some like political intern who lives in D.C. And he's like, I've been a member of the Democratic Party for so many years because he says something like his dad was a blue-collar worker who depended on Obamacare. And I saw the way that Obamacare saved my parents from hundreds of thousands of dollars in health insurance debt. So I've been a Democrat my whole life, But he's in the crowd, like, losing his shit. Anyway, it feels like stop kicking me.
Sorry.
It feels like at least in November when I go to vote, I won't be, like, actively mad.
Talking myself
I'll be like,
into hitting the button.
Yes, I'll be like, it's fine. It's fine. The option we have is the option we have, and Joe Biden is no longer an option, and that's fine.
We need to put in a disclaimer right when you ask, what do you think about the election, or what do you think about Joe Biden dropping out? You need to go in and edit, be like, hey, y'all, this is going to take about 15 minutes for us to get through. If you don't want to hear this, skip to...
No, you should listen to this and be educated. Just saying. Okay.
I feel like our listenership is largely educated.
That's probably true. But they become less and less educated every time they listen to us.
Yeah, that's also a good point. So the more of the podcast they skip through, the better off they'll be.
The more brain cells you retain.
Exactly.
Okay, some emails. I'm going to fly through these real quick. An email from, I think I can say this person's name. Yeah, Jenna. Jenna says, hi, just 2 notes from last week's episode. Number 1, yes, Eli, LOL, the Aggies are the team with the Yellers, but they're only at the football games. So yes, I agree, it's very dorky, which is why I can barely stand the football games. So if we were talking about baseball alone, that's different.
Sure, okay. Those guys are so fucking dorky.
Yeah, I believe it.
I need to send you some videos. One popped up on my Instagram. I should have sent it to you, but I need to show you these guys.
Okay, I need to see them.
Wild.
And then the second point is the dog tags. Because remember I mentioned that like the girls that are on stage for awards, sometimes they have dog tags on.
Yes.
She says the dog tags are like score ranges. So you like platinum, high gold, etc. So like you didn't fail. You're in the middle. Or like this dog tag says you're in the very top.
Okay.
That the girls get at the competition. That's how a lot of times the girls would know where they were placed before the awards are announced, because they could see the people that scored higher than them in their categories.
Okay.
So they could see like, oh, I'm sitting here with these girls and I saw all their dances. I bet I got second place or whatever.
I see.
Let's see. Another email from Megan.
The Stallion?
I wish. Oh my God, I would explode. She says, congrats on being on Sounds Like a Cult. That's amazing. I will say I was low-key hoping that the two of you were going to be on one of my other favorite podcasts, Gleek of the Week. Side note, I would do that. I fucking love Glee. Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
I know nothing about it, so
you're better off for it.
You're going solo.
You're better off for it. I'm going to manifest that for you guys. Break a leg or whatever you say to a podcast host. Break a mic? Question mark. Break an Eli? Question mark.
No, I don't.
I may be onto something here. All the best, Megan.
Break an Eli?
Freaking Eli, Oh, also she says, P.S. If the weighted dino is from Target, And is it pink? And if so, I have the same one. It is not. I got it from a company whose name I can't remember. I got it as a Christmas present
And it's
from
green.
my 2 BFFs who were like, she has crippling anxiety. She needs to hold something heavy. And I'm like, it's good to have people in your life who know you.
The weight of existence.
Bruh, literally. Okay. From a listener named Layla. She says, hi, man and Eli, long-time listener, first-time emailer. What's good?
What up?
And by long-time listener, I mean there were only 5 or 6 episodes posted when I stumbled upon this gem of a podcast.
Wow.
Pre-break fan.
But like the first handful of episodes, that's pre-Eli.
Bruh. Yeah, for
So
real. Back when I knew peace. You know what I mean?
I've never
Just kidding.
known
I was
peace.
teaching and I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was so fucking miserable.
You're far more peaceful now.
True. I wanted to reach out during your break, but I didn't want you, Amanda, me, to feel pressured or anything into coming back before you were ready, so I left you alone. After a while, I went through a Spotify purge to get rid of stuff I no longer listened to, and I saw that the pod had unheard episodes, and I freaked out, and I binged a bunch of episodes, and so that I would be all caught up, and now you're the highlight of my week, period.
Hell yeah.
Currently, I'm listening to the latest episode where you've announced that you've been invited onto another podcast. I'm so stoked. On another note, I love that you guys are performing arts kids like me, too. I was in choir, theater, spelled correctly. Miss Ma'am spelled it Theatre, period.
Oh, she's from Britain.
Color... Oh, yeah, maybe. No. Color guard, drumline, and jazz band. Clearly, I was hella popular in high school. LOL. Also... Dear Goofy Eli.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm so nervous. I literally felt a chill go up my spine.
Ready?
No, but go ahead.
You were always my favorite guest host of the pod. And when it was announced that you were the permanent co-host, I was so hyped. So if you have 0 fans, that means I'm dead. Signed, another pop punk kid / elder emo.
Yes.
That one's for you.
Who is that person?
Her name is Layla.
Layla, what's up, dog?
Layla, more like Slayla. You know what I mean?
Well done.
I need to be arrested. And Amanda, I literally named my Kindle.
I wish she would have said, and also Amanda, I like you too.
No.
Just like Eli, you're the best.
Oh my God, I wouldn't have read it out loud. I'd be like, fuck her. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That would be crazy. No, I would never do that.
Oh, sorry.
She says, and Amanda, I literally named my Kindle My Little Kindle.
That's so
when
funny.
you said you did that to yours, I died. By the time you read this, it will be your birthday. So happy birthday. Hope 28 treats you well. Slay.
Did I wish you happy birthday?
You texted me the day after and said, happy birthday to BTW.
Yeah, so BTW covered it.
I was like, I'm going to jump off a bridge.
Well, because I realized I missed it, so there's a little bit of like, that was kind of a tail between the legs text.
Whatever.
Where I was
it should
just
have
like,
been.
hey, happy birthday, mother.
Whatever. My history with Dance Moms. I was fresh out of high school when I saw a commercial for the show, and my bestie and I are big dance and cheer show movie fans. So I told her about it, and we watched the very first episode the night it aired, and we were immediately hooked. Fun fact, the first airing of these episodes weren't heavily edited like they are now, so some crazy shit was said and done. But now those scenes and sound clips have been erased from the internet, which is wild.
Brutal.
I'll write in more when certain episodes are being covered to let you know what was left out from the original airing. Thank you so much. Anywho, here's a wrap up. To wrap this up, here's my pyramid of the week. Oh, she doesn't live in England, you bitch. She says, bottom, I live in Southern California, specifically the Inland Empire. Side note, if you are a fan of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the TV show, the Empire, the focal point of the Inland Empire is like a thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Love that show. She lives in West Covina, California in the show, and she sings about the Inland Empire. It's like living in Satan's armpit, and my AC doesn't work, and your girl is too broke to get it fixed.
Well, that AC
you know about being a broke girl.
In your house or your car? Because like the car I can deal with. I still have broken AC in my car. I would fucking die if the
she
AC...
says because who has $8,000 to $10,000 laying around? Not fucking me. So maybe it's the inside.
The house, yeah.
Fuck. That's miserable.
That is
Get
miserable.
A fan.
Yeah,
Get a fan, girl.
A fan. Fortunately, mine was fixed for very cheap because I didn't need an entirely new system. There was like a small leak that was very easily patched, and then they gave me some coolant, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
So,
middle
get
is
a few quotes.
Yeah, and a fan. The middle is being a grown up. She says, I'm 31. It's like 10 years younger than you. Okay. And that means I no longer live close to my bestie because we're both married and living our own lives in different states. That's real. I do like our text and TikTok threads and long phone calls, but I miss the in-person hangs and errand runs. Girl, that's so real.
Yeah.
The top is being a pet parent.
Yep.
We got a second dog a few months ago, and she's been a wonderful addition to our little family. Personally, I'm thrilled to have another girl in the house because I was the only one for quite a while, as my husband, cat, and first dog are all boys. Y'all are killing it. I'll eat up whatever you post. Much love, Layla. P.S. I know you guys are pet people too, so here are pictures.
Oh, please.
The cat's name?
Dude, it looks like Liza.
Pretzel.
Pretzel. That's such a good cat name.
Pretzel. Also a Crazy Ex-Girlfriend reference. Pretzel.
That
That's
is a very
amazing.
Cute cat.
You're not ready for the dog.
Oh, please. Oh, Ozzy, what's up, dude? Oh,
say it.
God.
Say what he is.
He's a fucking husky.
No, but like if you were gonna get down in his face, you'd say,
he's a good boy.
He's a big bear.
Well, he's not a bear. That's a wolf.
Oh,
Otis
damn.
Is a bear.
Otis is a bear. That's true. And then Suki is the other dog. The little girl.
Oh my God, they have two huskies.
The baby.
Oh my gosh,
The
Ozzy
baby.
and Suki. Hell yeah.
The baby. Okay, and then
Oh my God, you have to
There's one more.
sweep or vacuum your house daily with two huskies.
I know, damn. I was just thinking the same
God.
thing. An email from Cassandra in all caps. Hello, Amanda and what's his face. Short time listener that has just binged every single episode over the course of a couple of weeks.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, my brain was as smooth as a baby's bottom before I found you. I doubt the additional brain rot made any difference.
Good.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I just wanted to say I love you and your perspective on this show. I love how you address the fat phobia that was rampant in the show and in society during that time.
Oh yeah.
It's really no wonder why us millennials struggle to even be neutral about our bodies. I think you're hilarious, and Elias is, well, there at the very least. Lame. This is a very exciting addendum. You and I are going to be pumped about this.
Okay.
I also wanted to take a moment to mention that what I have learned from Kelly and Chrissy's podcast, that this woman who chooses at this time in the show to self-identify as Black Patsy, aka Kaya, has been very vocal since the show that she does not want to be referred to as that anymore.
Okay.
This was a caricature that Lifetime producers highly influenced her to portray for the drama of it all, and likely because people in 2011 thought that covert racism was comedy gold. So you and I don't have to call her that anymore.
Great.
Because she doesn't want to be called that. Period. Her name's Kaya. Great. We were only saying that because we thought that that's her nickname.
Well, that's how everyone on the show referred to her,
Right.
and we hadn't heard otherwise.
We're not doing that.
Okay, great.
I hope that learning this brings you a sigh of relief, because I can tell it gives you the major ick to even say that nickname out loud. Literally so true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so glad I found this podcast so I can ignore all my real life problems and hyper-focus on dance moms instead.
Perfect.
Good luck this week, this was a couple weeks ago, on the Cult Podcast. And also, happy birthday! I learned from stalking your Insta that your birthday is July 23rd. And my birthday happens to be today, the 21st. OMG. Getting a birthday buddy shout out from you next week would be amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope... keep doing what you're doing. You're crushing it. With love, Cass, she, her.
Happy
Cass,
birthday, Cass.
I'm so sorry I'm like 11 weeks late. I hope you had the best fucking birthday of your life. I had an incredible birthday, even though Eli tried to silence me and ruin it. And I hope you had a similar experience, sans Eli.
Happy birthday, Cass, first of
Don't
all.
patronize her.
And second of all, I appreciate you putting your pronouns in the email.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like...
Big time
You never want to
slang.
make assumptions, and also that's just helpful, so, you know how to refer to you.
I will also make an addendum. You texted me 2 days after my birthday and said, "Oh, BTW, happy birthday, you fucking queen." Which is somehow worse than if you just forgot.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Calling you
Who
a
are you to
fucking
tell
queen?
me what's better for me and
Calling
what's
you
worse?
a queen?
You also spelled fucking wrong.
Fucken.
I-N apostrophe.
No. That's fucking.
Yeah.
That's fucking queen, bro.
Whatever. 2 days.
CKEN.
2 days after.
Yeah.
2 days. 2 days after.
Fine. See if I ever wish you happy birthday again.
I would be surprised if you even remembered that I was born ever again.
Spoiler alert. I'm going to.
You're like, I can't forget. You haunt my nightmares. I can't forget that you were born, bitch.
Yeah. It's already on my calendar for next year.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've just been sitting around for an hour, basically.
Yeah.
Literally doing nothing. Do you want to talk about this episode?
Yeah.
The episode's like... the episode we're talking about, well, first of all...
It's like a...
What's it called? It's called Do-Si-Do and Do-Si-Don'ts. Period.
Hilarious.
It's like an episode where they talk about how there's a lot happening... But there's not a lot happening. They're just talking about
this is lot. This is the filler episode before finals.
Or nationals.
Yeah, so like there's going to be some shit because Kathy's coming back next episode. So this one, it's like we're trying to get like ramped up or whatever, but they're all like, I just need to nap before this marathon of a nightmare that's coming next week.
Is next week the finale of season 3?
I believe so.
Are you sure?
No.
Keep talking.
Why would I?
You do the beginning of this, and I'm gonna Google.
I don't know shit. I don't know fuck about shit.
I don't
all right,
fuck about shit. Let me get on the Dance Moms wiki.
We open with nonsense montage of Pittsburgh. Hooray!
What did you take notes of last week? What we were doing last week?
What?
The like previously on Dance Moms.
Oh no, I never do that.
Oh my god! Well, previously on Dance Moms, I'll do it. We were talking about.
I can't do anything.
We were in Vegas. Remember 3 weeks ago? Brooke was on the news because she was like doing her music thing that was like insane. Paige was having a panic attack
and forgot her dance on stage.
Yes, and Kelly and Abby kind of got into it a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, now you go. I'm gonna look this up.
All right. The bottom. So we open up. It goes in. We're immediately in the pyramid. There's no anything. We're just staying there. She's like, welcome, pyramid.
Let's go, ladies. Come on.
Bottom of the pyramid. Mackenzie, of course, because she wasn't there. And that's it. Second on the bottom, rather. Paige, she completely flopped her solo, but Abby did acknowledge that she pulled it together for the group routine.
Nice.
That is good. Next on the bottom is Brooke. And the dance, she says the dance didn't play to your strengths, Brooke. Like, well, that's your fault, Abby.
I literally have the exact same note.
That's the choreography. You chose it.
Oh, wait. For who?
Brooke.
No, Brooke and Paige had guest choreography last week. Remember? Because the Highland girl, she was like, I'm not choreographing for
good point. I mean, she's still the fucking...
But still, and also she's just doing that to own someone who's not even in the room.
That's fair, but,
it's like he's not here.
I will say that she just, like... a little bit comforted both Highland girls. They're on the bottom of the pyramid.
True.
But she did say that, hey, Paige, you did great playing it together for the solo. Brooke, the dance didn't play to your strengths, and that's all I'll say about that. Nia's the final person on the bottom and said, Nia, you rehearsed really well, but you didn't perform well. And Holly's kind of in the corner, like, nodding along, like,
yeah,
sure.
Fair point.
Yeah, not bad.
She blames her hat.
Yeah, Nia then blames. She's like, well, my hat was weird, and therefore I couldn't dance. And Abby's like, that's bullshit. I was in a theater when a man's hand was severed from his wrist, and I still kept going or whatever. I was just like, what
I simply do not believe that happened.
I cannot believe it. The lighting equipment fell and cut his hand off, and the performance continued. No, it didn't.
That's not true. As, like, theater people will know, there's a certain level of emergency that calls for the show stopping.
Yes.
And that's one of them. Like, there's proof of this all over the place on the internet of, like, a professional theater company doing their thing and there being a safety warning. And they say, performers exit the stage immediately. Over the overhead, they stop and they go. So, like, and that happens when there's safety issues involved. There's no way that guy got his shit chopped off and they just kept going.
You're right.
There is no way that that's true.
No.
There's no way.
Of course not.
And then Holly says, I'm sorry, Abby, but if Nia gets her hand chopped off, she's going to mess up the group number. Yeah. She's going to stop dancing, and she's going to mess up the group.
Indeed. I'll just finish out the pyramid.
Go for it,
the middle of the pyramid, Kendall, who blew her big audition for Nationals last week because she fell on her face and didn't do well.
Damn.
Kendall says, I saw the people before me, and that made me nervous. And then Abby then demonstrates how to psych out other dancers.
This was kind of cute.
Yeah, this was very funny. This. She's like, here's me. Holly, you're the next dancer. I didn't do well. I fell on my face. I had a bad show. And then she, like, struts off, like, with a smile on her face, struts off.
Yes,
and then Yeah, she gets in front of Holly and is like, yes, I nailed it. And she's like, that's how you psych out other dancers. You don't watch them.
Yeah.
You just own that shit. I was like, okay, that's actually...
But they're all kind of giggling around Abby.
Yeah, it was
it's cute.
Fun. Yeah. Which I thought was very funny. And then next on the middle of the pyramid is Chloe, who is flying under the radar. It's like, yeah, you were in the back of the group routine. And she was like, you should have fought to be at the front of the group. Like, Abby, what? That's so
Christy
dumb.
also has questions.
Yeah, Christy consistently has questions.
True.
And most of them are warranted.
Christy stays questioning.
Yeah. Next, the last on the middle is Maddie, who did great in the group. And that leaves us at the top with Asia, who is still, to this day, undefeated.
To this day in the show.
Right.
Not to this day, but to this day.
To this point in the show.
Undefeated. This week we're going to Buffalo to Intensity Dance. The group number is called Country Cuties, which ironically was going to be the name of this podcast. Sorry, I couldn't.
I have never worn a cowboy boot in my life.
I could not get through that one. I have a cowboy hat over there and it lights up because I went to a friend's wedding and during the club moment, she stood on the balcony of the venue and frisbeed neon. And I was like, give me another free vodka soda and give me that cowboy hat. And I put that shit on and I sang Dancing Queen like it was going out of style. It was awesome.
I still have a sparkly white cowboy hat from Patrick and Leah's wedding.
You have
we went
to.
out
Are you
on
kidding?
Broadway because of course we did, and
we're doing it.
Had a pink sparkly or a white sparkly hat. It's still in my closet.
This is somewhat unrelated, but I have to tell you this as an appreciator of music.
Okay.
You know, someone asks you a fact about a music thing that you care about, and it's like, if I'm wrong, you can shoot me. I know I'm right because I love this song or whatever.
Yeah.
I was playing trivia with my friends for my birthday, and one of the questions was, what is... Oh, and it was at the point in trivia where you have to wager points.
Yeah.
So here's a section. There's 2, 4, 6... No. This was the whole game was like this.
Oh, okay. So
it was in sections.
Okay, I see.
And so it's you're going to have however many questions, and then you can wager 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10 points. And you can only do it once in this section. And then we're going to move to another. It's going to get harder, but it's the same wagering thing. Anyway, and the question was, what song contains the following lyric? Anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. I'm 4 ranch waters deep. I'm balls deep in a ranch water. And I slammed my shit down on my birthday and I said, it's I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan. And my table looked at me and they were like, are you sure? And I said, if my life were a point value, I would bet that. I know I'm right. And we wagered 10 points and we got it right. I was like, don't fuck with me. I love that song. I love Shaka Khan. Give me my points.
It would have been even funnier if you were that confident and then got it wrong.
No, I knew. I love that song. I love I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan.
You said it with your whole ussy.
I really did. My whole Shaka Kussy into that song. Okay, Abby says in her talking head that it's the last week before Nationals. This week is Regionals, and we're going to qualify this week. That never comes up again, this qualifying. Will they or won't they make it?
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. But she says she's not sure who's getting a solo at Nationals. That will come back, obviously. Abby says that she's been tough on Mackenzie since Asia arrived. And so she's like, here's the reason why. Mackenzie, you're going to do a solo, kind of alluding to it's either you or Asia for Nationals. Her solo this week is called Reach for the Stars.
And then she says, your dance is titled Reach for the Stars. You don't have far to reach. The star is right next to you.
Rough.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Womp womp. You did?
I did. I thought it was funny, yeah.
Maybe if she was a grown adult, I would have thought it was funny. She's 7.
She's 8.
Yeah. Maddie and Kendall get a duet this week that's called Bodies Electric. Yikes. And she says...
a reference to something?
I have no idea. And
I think it might be.
Sorry, I just thought of something unrelated. Doesn't matter. We can talk about it later.
Alrighty.
Sorry. She says that Kendall is now the kid who's Maddie's biggest competition.
That's not correct.
Okay, sure. And that's the rule this week because Abby says it is.
Yeah,
so great.
That's just straight up not true.
Awesome. Asia and Chloe are getting a duet. A fucking left field combo for real.
When she announced this, I immediately hit back 10 seconds because I thought I heard it wrong.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, there's no way that's the combo. There's
that's
no
what they're
way.
doing. Also this week, Dance Spirit magazine wants to do a feature about a day in the life of an ALDC member. They only want to do one dancer, and they chose Maddie. Duh.
Well,
there's no competition. They just are doing it that way.
What was very funny to me though is she announces that she's like, it's gonna be Maddie for a day in the life. All right, moms, go upstairs. You just go up there, sit on your butts and talk about me.
That's awesome.
Great start by Abby. The first 10 minutes of this episode, she was crushing it. Nothing, hit after hit after hit.
That's awesome. Go sit on your butts and talk about me.
Yeah.
She kind of ate that up. So the moms are all up in the Lido deck. Melissa says that this is the first hoedown number that they've done, which is an interesting mile marker. Okay, cool. Whatever. Who cares? Abby in her talking head says that this group dance has tricks and partner work. It's not super easy, and they need to secure their national spot. Kelly in her talking head says that everyone is just flipping and flopping around. This number has a lot of physical contact. It's a little intense.
Okay, we are going to intensity dance, so that makes sense.
Do you think it's outside intense?
It's
you think it's camping?
Folks, if you're only listening to the podcast,
if you're only listening to the podcast, first of all, why? We have gotten significantly funnier since people have been watching, first of all. Second of all, on Spotify, you can watch the video. Did you know that? You don't even have to go to, because you don't listen to our podcast.
I listen to Apple Podcasts.
Gross.
I know.
Sorry if you listen to Apple Podcasts, but on Spotify, you can watch the video in the Spotify app.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How was I talking about?
How stupid you are.
And
how you were like, camping's intense. You think it's outside, you think it's camping.
No, we're talking about the dance itself. There are parts where the girls are in pairs.
Right.
Not apples or oranges. They're in pairs.
I crave the sweet release of death.
You could have a pair instead. Sweet release of pear.
You're going to have to get a pair of these hands if you don't shut the fuck up.
You can barely stand me right now.
No, I would say that my distaste for you is apparent.
Distaste?
Is apparent.
Anyway, so there's one point where the girls, they kind of do a cartwheel into, so that they're upside down. They're going opposite directions.
Right.
One girl's kind of on her hands, the other's staying flat on the floor. Yeah, they're but then they hug each other. So the girl that is doing the handstand, her that's a bummer.
No, keep going.
Her butt and crotch are in the other girl's face.
Yeah, it's really
totally spread eagle. And I was like, this. I know they're not doing it to do the thing. They're children, but it's still a very strange, uncomfortable thing to do. I don't know. I thought it was very bizarre.
Contact. Period. It's just a lot. It's I feel. They're kids, so it is a little bit different. God damn it.
Hey, Big Dog, do we need to stop recording for a second so you can clean that up?
I have a stain remover thingy.
I was going to say, you do have a stain, yes.
I've gotten red wine out of this couch.
Dog.
Bitch. Yeah, that cleaner's crazy.
That is wild.
Anyway.
What is that, Diet Coke?
Yeah, with vanilla syrup in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, homemade vanilla Coke, bruh. Anyway,
Lit.
It's kind of I'm just going to sit really weirdly for a second, let that dry.
You want me to sit weirdly too? So
no.
We're partners. It's too late. I've already made the decision.
Okay, great.
Wait, hold on. If you're not watching the video, do it now.
What if we just did this? Oh, I thought we were going to face each other.
No.
Like this.
I'm going to show off. I'm going to get as much of my butt cheek in the frame as possible. Addison, now's your chance.
You and your butt, bro. It's crazy. You and your butt go crazy.
Oh. Hello there.
Stop. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to cut the cameras dead ass. I'm just sitting like this because the couch is wet.
I didn't see you there.
Anyway, what I was going to say is it's kind of like how even a coworker putting out their hand on me, don't do that. You know what I mean? It's there's a level of physical contact that even though it's technically not sinister, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this. It's not wrong because they're kids, But also, you got creepos watching, first of all. That's always in the back of your brain, is like the fucking creeps are watching this shit go down.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot. And for what?
I don't...
For a little goofy little dance?
I don't know.
This is kind of... Seems like it's just doing too much.
The Lido deck, the moms are talking about how they're excited for the dance and they want to wear, like, boots and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was funny. Mm-hmm. Like, ladies, you're not doing the dance, right?
They don't know that.
Like,
Need to let them have this one.
They show up in the audience in, like, Woody costumes.
Yeah. One of them's Bullseye, the horse.
What was the other one?
Jesse.
Jesse. I knew it wasn't Jane.
Voiced by Joan Cusack.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. The first, in the second Toy Story movie, the first time Jesse appears, it's Joan Cusack. Yeah.
Cool.
Fun fact.
Mackenzie,
this is important to know because it will come back. Mackenzie, at one point in the dance, has to do a handstand where she walks on her hands over a line of all of the girls. And she does this for 48 counts. That is a long time to do anything.
Yeah, much less a freaking handstand walk.
Right.
That was
Yeah, that will come back.
And her legs are like flexed a different way, so like her back's not even straight, so this can't be comfortable for her.
Right. You know what else isn't comfortable? Sitting like this.
Just everything about what you've got going on right now.
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfy.
Commercial.
Go to a commercial. Come back. We're at Melissa's house for the Dance Spirit feature. Jill.
Okay.
Opportunistic bitch that she is.
First of all, it's just a bucket of nothing before that. Like it's literally just like Maddie's kind of
like,
getting ready.
We're here to
She does her hair.
It's
and
a nothing burger.
It's fine. Yeah. It's the magazine getting some
And then
B-roll.
Jill shows up and she's like, "Oh my god. Sorry to interrupt. I left Kendall's dance bag here. Can I come grab that really quick?" And it's like the editors deserve a kiss on the forehead because she's being obviously opportunistic. And then she says in her talking head, "I'm not really here to pick up Kendall's dance bag. I'm here so that Dance Spirit magazine can see my little Kendall." And then after like 5 seconds of Rachel, the publicist, interacting with Jill, it cuts to Melissa's talking head where she says, "I know Jill's not really here for her dance bag. Yeah. She's here to get her child on the magazine." And I just loved that the editors kept in that self-awareness.
That was really good. Yeah. And
she's Jill, like, "I know my bestie. My bestie's not here for a dance bag." Because she says, "We have dance class together in like an hour. I can just bring it to dance."
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you forgot a bag. Like, I'll just bring it to you. What the hell happened next? Oh, God, where are my notes? Yeah, no, Jill actually said something along the lines of like, "Oh, the magazine people are here. What a coincidence."
Oh, is that today? She said, "Is that today?"
Is that today? Jesus, Jill. Just.
But her bestie is like, "Clock it. I know what you're doing." I understand what's going on here.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It's so
and then
funny.
Jill like presses the woman. She's like, "Well, how did you decide?" And then the woman from Dance Spirit or whatever.
It was a mutual decision.
Like, it was a mutual decision. I talked to Abby and she was like, "Yeah, there's this kid." And we were like, "Great."
Yeah. Jill whips out a copy of Dance Track, which Kendall was on the cover of a few weeks ago. And she's like, "Dance Track magazine, have you ever heard of that?" And Rachel, the publicist, goes, "No." Which is awesome.
And Jill's like, "Oh, well, it's really popular."
Yeah.
She's just like,
"No, so funny. That's so
like,
interesting.
We're popular." I don't know what that is.
Okay. And this poor publicist is just trying to do her job.
Yeah.
Like, she's really just like trying to coordinate a photo shoot and then go home. Okay. That's that about that. Now we're at the studio. The magazine people are like following them in and like getting pictures and stuff. We're hearing about the feature and all that jazz from Abby, blah, blah, blah. Abby corrals all the little girlies in the mirror room, and the moms are in the den grilling Rachel, the publicist, about her decision making and all that. Melissa puts on this like plastic smile that I can't stand, like on her face. It gives me chills, dude. I can't stand that fucking smile because it's so fake and it's so annoying and it bothers me. Christy asks how they chose Maddie, and this is when Rachel says it was a mutual decision. It's a very PR answer. Like,
yes.
Good for her. That's the right answer for her to give. And the moms are just like annoyed that it's not her kid or their own kid. So.
The public or the photographer or whomever then leaves, and all the moms are sitting talking about like, well, they're grilling Melissa, and they're like, well, why was Maddie picked? And she's like kind of fumbling through an answer, and she was like, well, they just needed like a normal kid. And there's a split second of silence, and every mom is just like, well, if they wanted a normal kid, they shouldn't have chosen Maddie.
Yeah, that's going to come back.
And Christy makes that point. She's like, yeah, if she wants to see like a day in the life of an average student here,
she shouldn't have picked
Maddie's
Maddie.
last on the list.
TBH, she shouldn't have picked anybody on that team. She should have picked anybody else who's not a student in this team.
That's also a good point.
Thank you. Abby in her talking heads says that she's using this number, this group number, as a test to see who's worthy of nationals. She's said this a million times. The moms are in the Lido deck again. Melissa is like really bullshitting about why they picked Maddie. Oh wait, sorry. I'm just like reiterating everything you just said. So sorry. Abby is up and interacting with the kids, and she's not screaming. And the moms are like, she's doing this all for the sake of photography.
Yes, that is correct.
Because if they weren't here, she'd be sitting on her ass screaming at our kids to smile.
Yeah. Kelly makes a couple of good points. First, she says, like, well, clearly Abby wanted Maddie so she can control what goes into the article because she controls Melissa.
True.
And then the second thing she says is that Abby is, like, behaving herself and, like, teaching and being great with the kids. And she thinks that they should do an article on a new kid every week so that
Abby keeps behaving herself.
Yeah. Great idea.
Like, yeah, let's bring the media in here, which also, you're on a TV show.
It really makes me giggle every time they talk about how this is a great opportunity for the... You know what else is a great opportunity? Being on a syndicated, serialed national television.
Yeah.
I.e. Lifetime's Dance Moms.
It's like they're on the Truman Show.
Yeah, like, you're good. You're... Dance Track, Dance Beat, Dance Mag, whoever the hell, doesn't hold a birthday candle to the inferno of voyeuristic reality TV from 2010. You know what I mean? Like, you're good. You don't need all of that.
It's a hell of a sentence.
Thank you. I have my master's. I'm very smart. Good looking, funny, and smart. Crazy.
Was
Maddie,
that a fourth thing, or he's like
that is such a read. That was like, that really, the woman was too stunned to speak. That really stunned me into silence. I'm gonna clip that, send it to Jake. That was a read. That was a read.
Wow, I did a thing.
That was a reading challenge. That was awesome. This fourth thing. Wow. I'm going to think about that for a long time. Okay. Maddie and Kendall duet rehearsal. Abby in her talking head says that if Kendall can't keep up, Maddie can do it as a solo. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Jill in her talking head says that she doesn't know what Abby's angle is, and she's like kind of nervous, like, why all of a sudden are you picking Kendall to dance against Maddie? This is making me...
It's never good enough, is it?
It's a little suspicious.
That's all she's
Not
ever
with Jill.
wanted. Holly points out at some point, I think it's later in the episode, but she's like, this is everything you've wanted.
Yeah.
It's the opportunity to dance with Maddie. And now Jill's saying, well, but
now it's the remix. Yeah.
Well, but I didn't want it like that. I was scared. You called my bluff.
Yeah. It is. It's very that. Abby like calls Jill down from the Lido deck, and she tells Jill that this is she says to Donald Trump, huge opportunity.
Made me laugh.
Oh man, it made me giggle. Abby like really gives it to Jill. She's like, Kendall cannot tarnish Maddie's also, P.S. the photographers are gone by this point, coincidentally.
Yeah.
Kendall cannot tarnish Maddie's reputation. She needs to be careful, blah, blah, blah. And then Jill makes the grave mistake of saying, well, I just wonder if this was choreographed to be a winning number. And you can see it on Abby's face. She is psyched out of her mind that Jill has just accidentally insulted her.
It's like, oh, Jill just softballed out.
Oh,
Abby is looking with like hungry eyes, like, I'm about to knock this out of the park.
She loses her shit.
Yeah, immediately.
What do you mean? You're questioning my car? And Jill's like, no, and she's like, you know that's not what I meant. And she's like, well, that's what you said. And it just like gets so stupid.
It's all of Abby's
so stupid.
It's all of Abby's pent up screaming that she didn't do the rest of the day while the photographer was
the
there.
Mentos in the Coke bottle with the lid on.
Yep. And then Jill just twisted it right off.
Yeah. Cut to a commercial. We come back. Abby has like a little team huddle with the girlies about the stakes of the competition.
What about
how they're gonna cook them? Was that where you were gonna go? What temperature they wanted?
Exactly where I was gonna go.
God damn.
That's exactly where I was
That's
gonna
really
go.
insulting to me personally.
I'm proud of you.
Don't be. I'm not. The moms are upstairs, and they're like, I don't know anything about Buffalo, New York. And Christy's like, the only thing I know about Buffalo is wings. I'm like, period, Christy.
A woman after my own heart.
Like, representation in media for the loud, annoying girls who like wings. Thank you, Christy.
All right, so this might be a hot take. Might
ready.
be a hot wing. Might be a hot take, but I think Buffalo Wild Wings is actually, like, as a restaurant, pretty dope.
That's not a hot take. That's the correct opinion.
Well,
Buffalo Wild Wings has what it takes.
Yeah.
Wingstop,
those potato wedges,
bruh.
they could take me out to dinner and never call me again, and I would thank them. They're
Busting
so
a
good.
nut in a Buffalo Wild Wings. It's crazy. Their shit is so good. It's like, is there one near us?
I gotta. So this is a stupid thing. I'm going to take a little aside here.
We only have 2 minutes before the camera shuts off.
Okay, well, I have a fantasy football league, and our challenge every year is to come up with, like, the dumbest team name, or, like, the funniest or the most offensive or whatever. Busting a nut in a Buffalo Wild Wings is a great team name.
You can have that one for free.
I have a list. I'm not going to show it to the camera because some of them are literally insane. These are all...
Oh, my God.
All team names.
How are you still scrolling? Busting a nut. I also told you can have this one for free. Me and a work bestie were talking about people out in public who exercise sexual preferences, and it's like, ooh, I don't need to see you being like that in public. Right. You know what I mean? Because you two in the dynamic might have consented. I did not.
Yeah.
I'm in the public. I didn't consent to this.
I didn't buy a ticket to
and
this.
I said to her, I don't want to see you getting choked out in the dairy aisle. So you can have that one too. Getting choked out in the dairy aisle can be another team name.
Giving her the goof juice is the last one.
God.
Do you want to know who came up with that one?
Jacob.
Addison. That's right. My
Addison,
beautiful,
call me.
talented, smart, funny girlfriend said giving her the goof juice was a great team name.
She's been dating you for too long.
She
wasn't this way before you met, and you can't convince me otherwise.
That's not true, actually.
I don't care. Who are you to tell me what's true and not true about women? That's embarrassing.
She is shockingly funny.
Why is it shocking to you that women are funny?
Because she has everything. That's why.
Oh.
She has everything. And it's impossible.
That's fair. That's understandable.
This is now an Addison Stan podcast, by the way.
I stan Addison. The other day, she texted me. She texted me the other day, and my heart skipped a beat. I'm not going to lie. It was like
to me too.
The hot girl in high school was like, hey, do you have the answers for the math homework? Which she would never ask me for because she's so intelligent. But it was that same feeling of like,
no, she like
what?
She like for real wants to be your friend. She thinks you're very cool.
Oh my God, I'm gonna blush. It was crazy, and I was sitting there and I was staring at her text, and I was like, "What do I say? How do I talk to her? I don't understand."
You just talk about giving her the goof juice.
I would never. If and when Addison and I build a friendship IRL, it will have so little to do with you. It will be crazy. We will never talk about you. We will never mention that's how we met is because of you. No, that will never come up in convo.
Yeah, we just came across each other. She was like, I'm a big fan of the podcast.
No.
So.
Yeah. That to me, I'm a big fan of your Dance Moms podcast is way less embarrassing than I met you through Eli.
Elias, Elijah, Eliana, Elizabeth, whatever.
I'm going to restart the camera. Hang on. We're really cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, Holly says that she has yet to see the group dance and not look like a hot mess, but she says it in a very diplomatic way. I didn't write it down, but she says something like, usually in the rehearsal process, there's a point where the group really comes together and doesn't look like a hot mess anymore. And I don't think we've gotten there yet with this dance.
That was almost verbatim what she said, by the way. You crushed that.
Thank you. Very diplomatic way to be like, this looks like shit out of a butt, and I'm confused. The moms are kind of like, they're like lightly ribbing Jill. Jill cannot take a joke to save her life in this season. No. They're lightly ribbing her about how she got what she wanted with Kendall and Maddie having a solo. To your point, and she freaks out. Well, what do you want to... And just, like, loses her shit. Like, and they're like, Jill...
Everyone would want their daughter to dance with Maddie.
Like,
and
Jill.
Holly's just like, oh, I don't care if she dances with Maddie. I just want her to
I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, like, come on, girl. And she's so pressed about it. It's ridiculous. Abby calls all the moms downstairs. She runs the dance pair by pair with the moms like watching. Abby's giving feedback in notes in a very aggressive way. And she says that the routine is demanding, but also that it should have been clean on day one, which I don't understand.
Yeah, which is it?
And the moms go back upstairs. And they talk about how they have no idea what's going on in the dance. They're like, that was a big waste of time, and we don't know what's going on.
As they get called to go downstairs, Christy says, "Oh, I'm excited to go downstairs.
Yeah, like,
I haven't been yelled at today."
Yeah. Abby's talking to Chloe in Asia. It's now time for their duet rehearsal. And she's giving them this very weirdly foreboding, like, well, we'll see how things go, like, kind of comment. And it's like, okay, can you legitimately empower your students or no?
Oh, and by the way, Chloe, you're a girl. In Asia, you're a doll.
Yeah.
Who is possessed.
Yeah. We're doing creepy doll stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate. I mean, as like I love spooky shit. A creepy doll doesn't
We also haven't done
me.
We haven't done Ookie Spooky in a while.
We really haven't done Ookie Spooky.
And we're doing like a hoedown for the group dance, so something needs to be...
It's like pretty kitschy too. Like both numbers are... I mean, Mackenzie's numbers are not. Mackenzie's is like reach for the stars, nondescript, inspirational nonsense. But the creepy doll stuff doesn't bother me.
No.
I don't hate that. Asia's mom doesn't really like it. She's getting a little flustered about it. She has a hard time articulating her frustration. And I think it's because she's getting flustered.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't, it's just like with the plot and like the story, I just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I think I'm just having like a hard time with it. She like can't say, I think this is a bad dance.
Yeah.
She can't get it out.
She's trying to be a little bit political about it. Like a little,
which I get. I mean, PC, Abby's
whatever.
fucking terrifying, so I get it.
Christy Ray also is like a very like generally like a well-spoken person, and she takes like a really measured approach. So to see her fluster like this, she's like I
was like, ooh,
pissed.
Christy Ray's getting a little pressed, huh?
Yeah.
Christy, Chloe's mom, also not feeling it, not really loving the dance.
Pairing feels off.
Yeah, she says, if this pairing is the reason why Chloe doesn't get a national solo, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah.
Because this pairing doesn't make sense. It's never happened before.
It really hasn't. Yeah. But I do think, like, both of these girls, like, already are in nationals. You have to think that the reigning national champion and the undefeated 8-year-old
prize
phenom,
fighter Mike Tyson.
Yeah, they're both doing
They're both going, yeah. Ian McGregor and Mike Tyson are both going to national dance competitions for sure.
Conor McGregor.
Did I say Ian?
Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He could have gone to national dance competition.
I bet he could have.
I bet he did.
You know,
I bet he slayed.
In a lot, well, speaking of Jedis, a lot of the Jedi fighting style is very like dance-like. So I bet they have to take some dance classes.
Very graceful. You have to be graceful to be like sleek, like a fighter. You know. And then we have a little bit about Mackenzie's solo. It's nothing. I hate to. I know it's your personal pet peeve when I say that, but it's true.
No, you're
she rehearses. Correct. Thank you. She rehearses. Abby's like, do better. Melissa's like, I'm worried.
Don't you dare let some girl from 3,000 miles away unseat you. Mackenzie's like, I have no concept of how far that is.
Yeah, and also, what do you want me to do? You want me to kill her later? She's here. That's not something I can control.
Just one 8-year-old shanking another 8-year-old.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what Abby wants. Commercial. Come back. We're at the competition. The fangirlies lined up down the block like it's fucking Beatlemania.
The most confusing people in this entire show are the other children screaming for Abby Lee Miller.
They just want to be on TV.
I guess, dude.
It's just like hysteria. It's group hysteria.
I guess.
We're all like loading into the green room, and Abby's doing that like annoying like, oh, I hope I don't see other kids I would rather take to nationals. Everyone's replaceable, and then whatever.
Yeah, that's a good way to get your kids psyched up and focused.
Great.
Abby.
Yeah. This episode is like if you took all of the normal shit this is like if you asked ChatGPT to write an episode of Dance Moms, it would spit out this.
It's
the same shit.
It's speed running the first 3 seasons.
Yes.
It's like, give us a montage. Give us a 40-minute montage of the high points of Abby, like the stereotypical bullet points.
Yeah. Here we go. It's this.
Of Abby Lee Miller. Here we go.
Here we go.
Episode.
We get the little costume moment where all the girls are putting on costumes, and then they come out from behind the curtain, and the moms are like, ooh, you look so cute.
Yeah.
We're kind of running through the numbers a little bit. I literally have in my notes, nothing dramatic is even happening.
Nope.
It's just very almost normal stuff. Mackenzie's solo is first. Melissa says she has to win today. That's it. Okay, great.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. But that dynamic's super healthy behind closed doors. Mackenzie performs. She's like crushing it. I know you skipped through the dances. Mackenzie ate that shit up.
Every once in a while, I'll stop for like a second or two, just seeing if anything wild's happening. If Maddie wasn't her older sister, if Abby gave her the attention she gave Maddie, dude, Mackenzie would be
that ain't the ever lovin'.
Stud of the show.
Yeah, she's really good. Crushed it. And Abby tells Melissa while she's dancing, Asia is the best thing that ever happened to her, implying that like she only got better when she saw a threat, which is annoying.
It is also a cop-out. But in Abby's world, that is high praise.
Right.
She's saying like, wow, your kid is knocking it out of the park right now. Right. She's doing great.
Whatever. Mackenzie backstage tells the camera that she crushed it. Yeah. And it's really endearing.
I laughed out loud at that.
She's like, crushed it. Very cute. Asia and Chloe's duet performs, and Asia's mom says that she's worried about the judges not getting the story, which it seems really obvious to me. Asia is sitting like this and like tilted kind of like this, and she gets up and moves very robotically.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty obvious what's going on, but whatever.
Yeah.
The music is really wild. It's structured. Did you watch this number at all or no?
No.
It's structured kind of like a marching band number musically, in that it's like there's movements where like the first like musical movement happens, it dissolves, the second one picks up, it dissolves, and then the third one picks up, and it doesn't really feel like a normal cry dance number kind of thing. It's very weird.
That is interesting.
The music is just odd. Abby and her talking, it says that Asia ran circles around Chloe. Okay, great. Christy says that she thinks that it was amazing for what it was. A very diplomatic answer again from Christy.
Yeah.
Like, Christy, Chloe's mom, is like, it was really good for being ass. it crushed being ass. Maddie and Kendall run their duet in the green room. This is as dramatic as this episode gets.
Yep.
But Abby makes a comment about Kendall's posture. While they're running the number, Abby and Jill are screaming at each other about literally nothing.
Yeah.
No thing is at the center of this argument.
Yeah,
nothing.
It's a little bit about posture. It's a little bit about just being mad at each other.
And just like, shut up and let her do her thing.
And then Kendall starts like crying a little bit and
she says, you stress me out.
She's like, you guys are stressing me out.
Which is fair. I mean, yes. I'm stressed out, and I'm a viewer, and I'm 28, and this is 10 years later, and I'm stressed out. Yeah. I cannot imagine hearing an adult say that I'm a threat to another kid's reputation. I cannot imagine being Kendall in this moment. I would be so upset.
Yes.
I also don't love that we never hear anything from Maddie this episode. We never get a talking head of Maddie. Even though the talking heads are very produced and fed to them,
sure,
everything has been about Maddie, and we haven't gotten a moment of her being a person throughout this whole episode.
Yeah.
We did a magazine feature where everyone was mad about her being there, but we didn't see her really do anything.
Yeah.
And we're talking about how Kendall is a threat to her reputation, but Maddie isn't really the focal point. It's like they're all talking about the focal point without just like exhibiting it. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't like it. Commercial. Come back.
Commercial.
Maddie and Kendall, their duet is next. The track doesn't have any instruments. It's just vocals, which sounds like it seems like it would be insanely difficult to dance to.
Perhaps.
If all you have is a syncopated vocal and no percussive line or bass line to count on the ones and twos, I cannot imagine. I think that'd be so difficult. They crush it though. Yeah, they crush it, and Abby loved it. Jill says in her talking, she's so proud of Kendall, especially with all the shit going on this week. Love that. In the green room, Abby tells Mackenzie to tell Asia thank you, since she has only stepped it up because Asia's been there.
Yeah. Like, well, she started out, all the kids walk in, Abby says, bravo, everyone did a great job. Some better than others. And then she immediately turns to Mackenzie and says, that shit. Just go say thank you to Christy Ray for bringing Asia to make you work harder. And then immediately the girls come out in their cowboy shit and everyone's happy and having a great time again.
Yeah, and everything's fine. The moms are just like dicking around. Wait,
Well,
what were you gonna
before
say?
that, Melissa chooses this very moment
Oh,
to
yeah.
bring
It's
up
like,
the article about
I
my
have an update.
Actually, by the way, let's make this about me right now. And then
I'm struggling with this moment not being about me.
yeah, and so she brings up the article about Maddie, and everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up, Melissa."
We were just having a nice
You're
little
so
convo.
annoying.
Shut up.
And then they start dicking around, and Jill starts dancing in heels and a cowboy hat, and I was giggling.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very funny.
I love Jill. When Jill is like fun, I don't know what to do with this.
It's so
the
rare.
Side table's not here.
It's so rare that she's fun. And funny, and
Yeah.
so like seeing her be like that was really nice.
It was cute. You can see Mackenzie in the hallway walking over the girls.
Like
At this
practicing
point,
the hand
yes. She slips and falls out of it because she slips on someone's hair, like someone's pigtails are kind of splayed out, and she puts her hand on hair and she slips and she falls out of it. And Abby is like this whole, like, the world's going to end if we lose mentality.
Of course.
The group performs.
I have a note. First
Okay.
of all, the royalty-free country music sounds exactly like normal country music. What does that say about your genre, country fans?
The same thought where I thought, oh, they got rights to a song.
No.
No, it's
That's
just that it all sounds like royalty-free
it's so
bullshit.
formulaic and bad and easy.
You've seen the Bo Burnham song
Yes.
about country music?
Sure have.
Every time I hear a kitschy country song, I always think of Bo Burnham's joke, y'all dumb motherfuckers want a key change.
Y'all dumb motherfuckers want to hear a key change?
Yeah, and yeah. I've had the exact same thought of,
So good.
of like, oh, it's not, no, it's just copyright free.
Oh, I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen
It's
that in
so
years.
funny. Mackenzie is doing the handstand walk thing. She slips and she face plants onto a girl's stomach, and it made me like jump out of my seat a little bit because it looks very painful. Her legs kind of collapse.
Yeah,
she's
like
just put her
scorpions.
face in someone's stomach so
Yeah.
that whatever girl she fell on is probably like, oh my god, my
Yeah.
stomach. Mackenzie backstage after it's over, she's freaking out. She's like,
Yeah.
I slipped. Miss Abby's gonna yell at me. I like don't want to go through this.
Yeah.
Whatever. It kind of seems like the girls didn't see the moms and Abby before awards because we're just all of a sudden there and they're still worried. So it's like
Yeah.
we're done. They're like, okay, awards time. Go back out.
Well, the thing to note is that right when that happened, like after the group dance ends, Abby leans over to, I think, Melissa and says, yeah, she's probably tired after she ran it 100 times in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, her shoulders are tired. She was doing a handstand for 10 minutes straight before they walked out there.
That would make someone tired for sure. Okay, so we're at awards. Chloe and Asia, their duet gets second, which is insane to me that it did as well as it did.
Yeah.
And Maddie and Kendall get first, which that one doesn't surprise me as much because they did kind of crush it. But Chloe and Asia, I really didn't think they were going to pull it out like that, but they did.
I don't know. Mackenzie won by 6 points.
Yeah, she ate the other girls alive. It was awesome.
Yep.
In the audience before we hear about Mackenzie, wait, I think.
No, Mackenzie was
No.
the first announcement. It was Mackenzie.
Oh, I totally missed. Oh,
then
there it is.
Chloe
Yeah, I
and
totally
Asia,
skipped that. You're
then
right.
Maddie and Kendall.
You're right. Mackenzie ate them bitches up. The ops are crying. In the audience, Jill, after the awards for the duets are announced, Jill looks at Christy and she goes, there were a lot of really good duets here, so good for you guys. Second for you guys was really good. Christy, again, Jill with the heaters this episode, not knowing what she's saying. Christy, Chloe's mom is like, damn, thanks, Jill. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that. And Jill's like, you know what I said. And Christy's like, shut up, Jill. I don't want to hear it
It's
from
one of
you.
those where it's
Shut
like,
up.
like act like you've been there before, and she's so thrilled
Act
to be
like
at the
you've
top.
been outside.
She's just like,
I know.
Oh yeah, all the other girls were really good, so you guys are happy where you are. Bye.
And Christy Ray is sitting in between Chloe's mom, Christy, and Jill, and she looks down and starts laughing because she's like, Jill, shut up.
Yeah.
She can't believe she said that. The group wins first, thank God,
Yeah.
because I could not stomach Abby screaming at Mackenzie for ruining the group number.
Yeah.
Because that's what would have happened if they didn't get first.
Yes.
Christy brings up what Jill says in the green room when there's like a moment of silence. She's like, oh, and while we're thinking about it, this bitch over here, like, unprovoked, just starts screaming at Jill.
And Jill then says, Christy says something like that was offensive. And Jill says, yeah, you think it's offensive because you're mad that you lost.
Kind of.
I mean,
she kind of ate that one up. I'm not gonna lie. She kind of ate him up.
Yep.
Abby comes in to talk to the moms, and she seems very, like, weirdly aggressive for all of her numbers. For a clean sweep, that's a lot of energy, you know?
Yeah.
And Abby's mad at the moms that the two duets didn't tie. I didn't even know duets tying was an option.
Yeah, if we go down to, like,
we don't know if that was an option.
Sometimes they're separated by, like, a decimal point. Like, what are the odds of them tying?
Right. And sometimes companies or, like, competition franchises don't give out ties on purpose.
They will default to, like, okay, well, your execution score is the tiebreaker if there is a tie somehow.
Exactly. So we don't even know if that was a choice.
Yeah.
Abby's yelling how they need to get it together. I don't know. And then she says, I saw stuff go wrong on that stage that I haven't seen go wrong in years. And then she says, do y'all want to know what it's going to be like if we go to nationals and don't win? And then that's the end of the episode.
Well, so she says, it's 1 week to nationals, and you have to dream it, eat it, breathe it, live it. Okay. And I was like, bop it, twist it, pull it.
Yeah, easy, breezy, beautiful. Cover girl.
Cover Abby.
Yeah.
Abby's like, don't you dare lose to Kathy. And then the episode just ends. Next time on Dance Moms.
And that's kind of the same shit,
12
different
seconds
day.
of insanity.
Yeah, for real. For real.
My song
okay.
is I Wish by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, it's a great song.
It is a great song. Thank you.
That's it?
Yep.
You don't want to talk about Stevie Wonder or
no, Stevie Wonder's
elaborate
dope.
or anything like that?
Nope. Just like the song.
Okay. I have a song for you. This is what, when you said something earlier, it reminded me of my song of the week. I switched it up when you said something that made me think of it. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to hear it. I'm going to have to cut this out because we're putting this up on the internet and it's copywritten. But I'm just going to play it because I need to see your face. Okay?
Is it going to be ska music?
Nope. It is an emo pop punk cover of Eye to Eye by Powerline, your favorite song. And it's good.
Who is this?
It's Magnolia Park, who you need to get into in general. I'm going to fast forward because you have to hear the chorus. Isn't that so sick?
That's perfect.
Put it on your gym playlist.
Yeah, really.
It's from a Disney album called A Whole New Sound.
I'm already there.
Magnolia Park, as a side note, this is an emo band. You need to listen to. They are awesome. They're doing Midwestern emo in 2019, 2020 is when I guess they first started. They're fucking sick as hell. I love them. And then they did a partnership with Disney. And Disney put them on that, and then their cover was Eye to Eye, and I was like, I have to save this. I almost sent it to you, and I was like, no, I need to watch that motherfucker's face when I play this song for him off of my iPhone 14.
That's good.
Or iPhone 10 or whatever this is. So, yeah.
Dang.
We crushed it, team.
I was about to say we did it, team. Dang it. Right here.
You can follow us on Instagram. The group account is at the Pyramid Pod. My personal Instagram that I'm never on, but you can follow me there if you want to. It's called I'm having a stroke. My Instagram handle is at notamandab_.
And I'm at Eli_farmer_. If you would like to deliver any cyberbullying or apparently fan mail, DM slide, send me an F emoji.
If you want to send Eli fan mail, send it to the group so that I can field it and see it and then approve it or reject it. We can't hype him up too much. He's been given too much in life.
I'm tall and have a hot girlfriend. That's what I've been given.
I thought you were about to say I'm tall and I'm the hot girlfriend. Like you are the hot girlfriend.
I'm not the hot girlfriend.
I was like, that's crazy. If you want to send us an email, those emails at the beginning were awesome. Our email is thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send us an email if you wish.
Emails are great.
Pictures of your pets, pyramids of life, opinions about Dance Moms.
Or
whatever.
Joe Biden, apparently.
Or Joe Biden. If you have thoughts about the presidential election, the political state of America,
yeah, you can
slide in.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
standing by.
We also love reviews. You can leave us a review on Spotify, on Apple
Podcasts, for sure,
Go to our YouTube channel, where hopefully you're already watching this. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, download the episodes, send them to a friend, post them to your stories.
There you go.
Watch them every single night before you go to sleep.
One of my favorite YouTube people says consensually smash that subscribe button.
Yeah.
She's like, don't smash it, but only smash if it's consensual.
We love a consensually
smash that subscribe button. I love that. That's so funny. All right, well, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did you hear me clear my throat just now? That was going to be real rough.
You were like, me.
Yeah, I was like, goodbye. I pretended to cough and then actually coughed. Are you zooming in on me? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, team, real quick before we depart. I forgot to make this announcement. I'm so sorry. This episode was so insanely chaotic. And I forgot something. Next week, I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Toronto for vacation. I don't know why I said that like I would be on tour, but I'm just going on vacation. And so there's not going to be an episode next week, but Eli and I have been talking about like how are we going to celebrate the end of season 3, which would be the next episode that we post. And we think it would be super, super fun to have to do a drinking game on the podcast. And so we're trying to structure this, and we would like love feedback. We're trying to structure this as like a sort of like drink every time fill in the blank thing happens, you know, that kind of thing. Or like every time you see blah, 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 or every time someone says blah, 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 take a shot or take a drink or whatever. Eli and I would love to have some audience participation. So if you like have seen the season 3 finale, or if you like kind of know the lore about, you know, catchphrases or quips or whatever that the group always says or does, please DM us on Instagram at The Pyramid Pod, or send us an email to thepyramidpodcast@gmail.com and help us build out our list of all the cool stuff that we're going to do. When we come back, after I come back from my trip, we're probably just going to jump straight into the episode and maybe not do like a pyramid of life and stuff, because we're going to get giggly and we're going to get goofy. So send us your recommendations. Send us some fun stuff to kind of put on the list of things for us to, every time fill in the blank thing happens, take a shot. Send in a bunch of stuff to fill in the blank. Okay, love you so much. Sorry that the last few weeks have been kind of sporadic and a little chaotic. I promise none of it was planned, and it is all accidental, which I don't know if that makes it any better, but that's the truth. Anyway, love you so much. Kiss on the forehead. Goodbye.